So Scorpios go through phases of evolution, and along their life path, they will learn many lessons that serve as a catalyst for them to grow and evolve. And the Scorpio sign is actually one of the most healing signs, despite what people often think, due to their nature and level of evolution varying so much. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the top 3 lessons that I've learned that everyone can benefit from spiritually in evolving as a Scorpio, because many Scorpios have a healing energy. They can be natural shamans or priests. As I work today as a priest in Southeast Asia, if anyone ever wants to visit me, feel free to shoot me an email. However, I'm going to explain some deep things that happen to all of us, and I hope this information can come to you and benefit. We're going to go a little deeper into the spiritual plane of existence, away from the often lighthearted things we talk about. So Becky, you're welcome in this lesson. Grab a seat. Welcome back to another episode of the Scorpio Scriptures Podcast. I'm your host, Master J. This is where we talk about astrology, all things Scorpio related, and the expansion of consciousness. So today we're talking about top 3 lessons a evolved Scorpio may learn in their life, and that what you can benefit from it as well. So what am I talking about? Evolved Scorpio. Talk about when the eagle phase of the Scorpio transitions into the spiritual phase of the Scorpio, which is the Phoenix, where they can look back on their life lessons, transmute the pain they went through, and really use that Plutonian energy to serve as a benefit in their life mission and for humanity. So the Phoenix stage of a Scorpio is a more spiritually astute Scorpio, and they are getting closer to their peak of evolution that they are meant for in this lifetime. It usually happens in the latter years of their life, and these people can be very extremely spiritually advanced. So I'm going to explain some things to you, and these will really help you as well if you're on a journey of spiritual healing, as that is my profession. I would say I'm not a physician, I'm a metaphysician. I'm a spiritual healer, and at the core of it, that is really my joy in life. So lesson number 1. Human beings will go through trauma as a result of our existence, which is normal. The world is not perfect, and the world is very cruel, and no one is exempt from this. To evolve, for you to evolve, Einstein said a problem can never be solved at the consciousness that it was caused at, right? Some shit like that. Basically, the problem can't be solved unless you not just understand it, but overstand it. You must rise above your problem. And to do this, you would understand your nature. To understand one's nature, they can have a natal chart reading, astrology chart reading. They can look into their ancestors, their lineage, their upbringing. I look at things like birth order. Were you an only child? Were you adopted? Did you have siblings? This helps. What was your mother like? What was your father like? Where were you raised? But one of the top lessons, number 1, of understanding your nature when it comes to love and relationships is understanding what Master Yao calls your sexual portfolio, and also your sexual persona. And this is not sexual like just about freaky stuff. This is about the people that you are compatible with in relationships, which is one of the most important things of being a human being, is love. So from the book Amonmere, I quote this book a lot, Amanmere by Yao Morris. He talks about the sexual portfolio and how in relationships we have many different faces, right? We have a conscious face, we have an unconscious face, we have a sexual face. Basically, there's a face that the world will see, there's a face that you will see, and there's a face that your partner will see. And the face that your partner will see is not always the face that the world sees. So, for example, somebody like, let's just say Jay, I could be very friendly to the public, and I could be very friendly to people. But to my partner, which I have been before, I could be a total asshole and totally emotionally unavailable, and people never ever understand what's happening behind closed doors. And this is your sexual portfolio, right? This is another face that you have, and a lot of trauma can develop in the spiritual body and how we treat other partners based on whatever you went through at a certain age. So it's understanding your, let's just say, relationship phase. What is that? What is your relationship phase? It could be what they call, right? You can search these up as well, with the psychopathic personality structure, the schizoid personality structure, the oral personality structure, the masochistic personality structure. All of these can affect your relationships and cause some serious trauma. And to truly have a what we can call a high level relationship or a pure relationship, especially if you are in a twin flame relationship or seeking it, clearing the sexual portfolio and the sexual persona is critical for having a good relationship, right? You might meet someone with control issues. This could stem from something else, avoidant attachment, or they could be delusional, or they could be obsessed and not be able to feel whole unless they're in a relationship. So the top lesson right here, number 1, is understanding yourself, understanding your nature, understanding your sexual face. Right? These are very important. These are challenges that we'll have to overcome, especially as Evolve Scorpio. These are challenges that you come, and these are challenges that I work with in people. That's why this is this is critical, very, very critical. It's to save your relationship or save future relationships, and understanding how what your mother or what your father or what some trauma, rejection you went through when you were younger, how it affected you now, and how to clear that so you can move forward with a natural relationship. Okay. Number two, when we go a little heavier, what we just went over is the sexual portfolio, you know, more of the spiritual body and how it affects your output into the world and relationships. Number 2 is understanding how your lineage and your programming has programmed you to perform in this world. The unconscious mind. The unconscious mind, the subconscious mind, is the driver of reality. It is our 90 to 95% of everything that we do. The core frequency of who we are is really unseen. Our performance, our habits, they're all simply things that are unseen. Our beliefs, whatever you believe can create your reality and affect you. And what you believe is pretty much going to be your results in this world. We tend to get what we believe we can get in life, and no more, no less. And so you have to understand your ancestral curses. You have to understand your childhood programming. You have to understand the matrix of the world, what we call the matrix. And you have to understand what we call your matrix, and how you can look at your unconscious mind, right? The subconscious mind. You can't see it, but you can see how it's working by understanding the results it brings you in life. So say you're always poor. You want money, but every time you get money, your bank account's empty. Say you get $10,000 the next few days, you have $0 in the bank. Why is that? Or say every time in a relationship, you seem to attract the same people, the same toxic people. Why? Because it's part of your beliefs. It's part of your core vibration. Say every time you wake up, you need to motivate yourself because you want to go somewhere and you want to get something done. But there's a voice in your head that tells you you can't do it. There's a silent matrix wall holding you back. This is a unconscious block in the unconscious mind. And 90 to 95% of your actions is dictated by this. And we're all programmed from since we were children. And that programming cemented in us what I can call our software by the time we were about the age of 6. So if you were not raised with parents that really encouraged you, wanted you to believe in yourself, or if you grew up around struggle and poverty, it's very hard for you to become successful in these areas until you can reprogram these. And to reprogram these, one of the most powerful tools is unconscious subliminal programming, using theta wave, using deeper healing to impress the subconscious mind. If you want to check those out in the comments below, we just released those for wealth, for confidence, for attracting love, and for spiritual healing, breaking free those unconscious behavior patterns. This is one of those powerful things that you can stumble across because the world has programmed you before you could even think consciously. Right when you're out of the womb, you are subject to your parents' ideas, whether they were good or bad. You're subject to the doctors, the schools, the government, your religion, and maybe those things serve you today or they don't serve you. And if you are consciously aware that they don't serve you and give you bad results, you won't be able to change them unless you change the unconscious mind. So those programs are extremely powerful. You want to check those out in the description. I'm telling you, no person is operating at their full potential until they have reprogrammed their unconscious mind to point them in the direction of alignment with their goals. Imagine 90% of you is going one way and the only 10% conscious of you is going another way. You're not going to win that tug of war. That's why people get so motivated one day and then they need to get motivated the next day when it comes to motivation, because their unconscious mind is programmed for a failure. This is what Bob Proctor, rest in peace, would call it a paradigm. He would call this a paradigm. Paradigm. If you ever heard Bob Proctor say that, paradigm. It's a subconscious mind view. It's the same thing. You got to look at the results you're getting. If you're not happy with that, you have to change your paradigm, because your paradigms are your beliefs. So that's number 2 lesson from being the healed Scorpio. And number 3, something that everybody can apply, that you learn on a journey of spiritual growth and evolving as a Scorpio. You have to have the courage to trust your heart and your intuition. And you have to let go of shit. And you have to let go of the wounds of the past. You have to let go of the hatred. You have to let go of the hurts. You have to let go of the negative ideas of the world. You have to let go of being a victim. You gotta let go of these things that do not serve your highest good. Because your heart and your intuition are always gonna guide you in the right direction. But things like fear, uncertainty, worry, doubt, they can really hold you back. And it's very hard to trust in yourself if you've grown up in a harsh environment, or if you never had somebody say, I believe in you. If you had low confidence, low self-esteem, or you have a dream and you have a vision and you want to go somewhere and you want to experience love and you want to experience fulfillment, but you've never experienced it before, and you just know that it's something for you, that is meant for you, because inside you have a dream. You have to have the courage to really trust in yourself and believe in the unseen, because your intuition is always speaking to you in the dark of the night when things are going rough and life is about to break you. You say, no, fuck this. I trust in myself, I trust in my goals, I trust in my guide, I trust in my intuition. It's telling me I need to go this way. And when everything outside seems to be falling apart, which it will, that is life. It comes time and time again. You have to trust in yourself that you know the way you're going. And every time life seems to push you down, and every time the fires of life come to purify you, you just gotta let go of all the shit that no longer serves you and rise again like a phoenix from the ashes. The lessons that you learn will one day be a blessing for you, and the pain that you go through is really here to purify you. Let the fires of life purify you. Your trust in your heart and your intuition are guiding you to a higher place. Courage, emanating from the Latin word cor, meaning heart, to act from the heart. Never be afraid to try and or fail. Life will pass you by very quickly. And let go of the hate, let go of the things that no longer serve you. He did this to me, she did this to me, I don't want this, this will never happen. Those things do not serve the highest version of yourself and who you can become. It takes a lot. It takes a lot of efforts. And it takes a lot of will and determination to evolve spiritually and to be the best version of yourself. But would you really have it any other way? Evolve, Scorpio. Top 3 lessons. Understand your face of relationships and the trauma that happened there, and do some work to look into it. make an effort to heal yourself so you can bring the best to your partner. Understand your nature. We've all been through shit. We've all been through things. But it's how we respond to them that really determines who we are, isn't it? Number 2, understand your ancestral curses, lineage programming, childhood programming, and break free from the unconscious blocks in your mind. If you have limiting blocks, which may manifest as self-sabotage, struggle with love, struggle with finance, here's your tool to remove them. Trust me, it's so powerful. It is so freaking powerful. You have no idea. And number 3, have the courage to trust in yourself, your intuition. As Steve Jobs says, don't let the voice of others drown you out. Deep down, we already know who we want to be. You can never connect the dots looking forward, but when you connect the dots looking backward, trust me, it all makes sense. So let go of the things that no longer serve you and rise again and again like a phoenix from the ashes.